Hey, hey, it's that time again. Pull up a chair and call a friend. We're talking about our days, the good and the weird, and memes so strange they should be feared. Some jokes pop, some jokes fall, but we keep on laughing through it all. It's blurry, it's cozy, it's a little bit funny. Oh yeah, well I thought it was funny. So tune in, baby, every other day. We got chuckles and cringe coming your way. It's a swinging little show, kinda loopy, kinda sunny. That's right, well I thought it was funny.
Good morning, folks. The time is 10:42 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 29th of December, 2025. And of course, that's the 30th for my friends on the other side of the planet, those folks down under. Let's say hello to all the folks in Australia, but a big hello to the folks in the city with the most group members, and that city is Melbourne. I hope you're all doing fantastic today, and once again, not just the folks in Australia, the folks everywhere. I hope everyone's doing fantastic today. I'm not lying though. Melbourne is the city with the most group members. It's not the biggest city where we have members from, not even close, but it is the city with the largest number of group members worldwide. And that's pretty crazy. That's also why I keep calling out Melbourne in a good way, I promise you. And why do I keep saying Melbourne? Well, if you haven't been here before or haven't heard my explanation of it, when I first mentioned that Melbourne was number one, I called it Melbourne. Friend of mine who lives just outside of Sydney, a good friend of mine, Paul Daly, and I've got to show you something that Paul got me and sent me here. I think I told you about it. Paul let me know that it's Melbourne. In fact, I think he spelled it MELB''N is how he spelled it in the text chat that he sent me. So, yeah, that's why I keep saying Melbourne all the time. All right, you can probably tell that I'm just adding this in, and you can tell my screen's off, nothing's flashing in the back or anything. Plus, it's 10:59 now. I almost forgot. I believe I showed this off, but I want to show it off one more time. I got this from my buddy Paul Daly. He lives just outside of Sydney, Australia. I'm not going to say exactly where he lives because, this is the internet. There's a lot of people out there. And it is so freaking comfortable. It's called a wearable blanket. And, this pattern goes all around. Paul knows that I'm a classic video game guy because Paul is too. And, oh my gosh, it is fantastic. I mean, it's too warm for the house today. We're actually having a pretty warm day for late December here in Calgary. It's 1 degree Celsius, which is about 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So not balmy. I mean, it's not tropical or anything, but it means the house isn't really cold. So this is a little warm for right now. But I was wearing it this morning when I first got up while I was doing prep for the video. So I just wanted to make sure folks see this awesome wearable blanket from Udi. Well, from my buddy Paul Daly, but it's from the company Udi. That's not a commercial or anything. It's just really good quality. Best thing about this present is I love it and I use it, but it's never something I would have thought to buy for myself. So absolutely fantastic. So once again, thank you, Paul. And who am I, right? Once again, if you've never been here before, my name is Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. You folks are you, and you folks are awesome. And how do I know that? Well, who else are you going to be, right? If you got the option to be nobody or being you, I'd be you because you're awesome. And how do I know that awesome part? Well, this community of ours, I thought it was funny. I call it a community because we actually have two groups. This community of ours was not awesome until you got here. And this community of ours is absolutely awesome now. So thank you very much for making us awesome. You folks rock. Hope you don't mind this clock thing here. Just so you know what time it is when I'm doing these, I'm going to bring it down here. Sorry. I do apologize, folks. Or I could put it up on the shelf. I'll put it up on the shelf. That's what we'll do right there. Just so you folks know what time it is here when I'm recording. I'm not lying to you or anything. Not that you thought I was lying, friends. So what's happening in your lives today? I'll tell you what I did yesterday. I worked a Calgary Roughnecks game. That is a lacrosse game, a very cool game. And well, the Roughnecks lost yesterday. It was the home opener, and they did lose. They lost to the Buffalo Bandits. That's Buffalo, New York. And well, Buffalo is the reigning champions. They're a big team, and the Roughnecks this year are a very young team. They've made some trades. Some of their big players went to Vancouver. Big players, but players that established players and that. So there are a lot of young players. So it's going to be an exciting season for the Roughnecks, but it might be an unusual season because they're growing right now. So looking forward to seeing more games. Too bad they lost last night. They definitely kept it close for a big chunk of the game, but in the last quarter, Buffalo really kind of took off and expanded their lead. So hey, great game. It is a great game. I'll tell you one thing that is also amazing: the crowd. They're rowdy, they're loud, they're rocking, and you know what? They're fun. They're not causing problems. They really aren't. They're there to have a good time, and I absolutely love working those games for the game and for the crowd. So if you happen to be a Roughnecks fan that attends the Roughnecks games, good on you folks. You folks rock. And tonight I am going to be working an NHL game. I do work for the Calgary Flames also, my primary employers. And They are hosting the Boston Bruins tonight in a game. Boston Bruins being one of the original 6 NHL teams. We'll have a lot of Bruins fans there. We always do for those original 6 teams. They've just got a lot of history, right? So that's what's happening tonight. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. I would love to hear from you, my friends. How about just dropping a quick comment on today's video? Anything you want to share. But I will say, how about this? I triple dog dare all of you to either share a picture of your pets if you've got one, a picture of your favorite plant, or anything that you think is cool or would like to share with us. I triple dog dare you to share at least one photo in a comment on this video right now. Come on, I'll wait. Now, I don't think that worked. But hopefully you did. That'd be awesome if you did. It just makes it a little more interesting. And folks, let's see the last video. The last video, I attempted to say Happy New Year in Hawaiian. Hau, Oli, Makiiki, Ho. And according to Rose Glad, I did all right on that. So that's good. Makes me feel good. I'm sure my pronunciation was probably a little lumpy, and I probably sounded like a non-Hawaiian speaker trying to say a Hawaiian word, but I'm glad it was understandable. Thanks for letting me know, Rose. I really did put a lot of effort into that. It's only one word, but or sort of 2 words, I guess. It's not an easy language for somebody who doesn't speak it to speak. So I'm glad I did okay. Thank you for getting back. So come on, folks. You can share that photo of your pets or your plants or something that's cool to you. Come on. You know what I'm going to ask you? At the least, if you don't want to do that, can you please just click the reaction button so I know that you're watching? That would be awesome. Reaction button, that's the thumbs up, the any of those emoticons, those, down, the bottom left, I think. So please, let me know that you're here. Thanks. All right. So nobody shared anything in our last video. I'm not shaming anyone, but it just means that we can move on to our featured posts a little faster. And today's featured post, we've got featured posts from Grady Cook, Michelle Finnerty, and Sherry Lynn Bowman. And we're going to start off with Grady Cook's post. I'm going to bring that up right now. I work on New Year's, but if I wasn't, this would be what I'd be doing, and I have no problem with it. It's actually my preferred way to spend New Year's Eve. Anyone else? What about you folks? Do you party on New Year's? Do you like to stay home? Let's hear about that. All right. Well, thank you very much, Grady. You rock. Next one is going to be from Michelle Finnerty. Bringing that up right now. Yeah. I think this speaks for itself. I think they all do, really. But I just talk too much. All right. You've read it. You've absorbed it. Next one is from Sherry Lynn Bowman. I've never been wanted by the cops, but I could see myself doing this. I really hope this is real. I've seen this before a long time ago, but it's been a long time since it's been shared here, so I don't mind sharing it again. Thank you, Sherry Lynn. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, Grady. And folks, I got to say thank you for all the funny stuff you share, folks. It's why we've been so successful. Do you know this group is sitting at just under 900,000 members? Like, we are so close. Normally I say this in the introduction, but I forgot. Yeah, we're on the cusp of 900,000 members. That is incredible. And that's more people than many cities have population. So you know what I like to call us, if you've been here before, we are the funniest city on the internet. Population us, friends. Funny people in a funny place making people laugh, and we are good at it. We're good at it because you're funny, my friend. So cheers to you. Yeah, that's incredible. I hope we hit 1 million. I'm going to cross my fingers. I don't believe in jinx, but I know some of you do. I hope we hit 1 million. And if we do, I'm going to have some kind of party, probably like a Zoom party, because I don't really want a bunch of people in my house. Plus, most of you live in other parts of the world, so that would be not really feasible, right? So that we are heading that way, and we're only heading that way because of you, my friends. So thank you, thank you, thank you for making us the funniest city in the internet. All right. I guess we're just moving along pretty quick here because it seems to be time for those bad jokes. My friends and I started a band called 999 Megabytes. We haven't got a gig yet. I just got over my addiction to chocolate, marshmallows, and nuts. I'm not gonna lie, it was a rocky road. I used to live in a house that was haunted by an annoying ghost of a chicken. It's not easy living with a poultrygeist. Just a reminder that gyms get really busy around New Year's because of everybody's resolutions. So it's best to wait a little while before it dies down, like January 2nd or January 3rd. I've decided to upgrade my New Year's resolution. I'm going from 1080p to full 4K. Okay, I know some of those were pretty bad, but I hope at least one or two of them made you chuckle a little bit. I'd say the worst one is the one that I kind of wrote. I wrote the one about the poultrygeist. I am sure other people have told a joke very similar to that in the past, so there's that. But folks, I would love to be telling your jokes. Why don't you send me some jokes to jokes@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com, and if I use your jokes, I promise I'm going to give you credit for them, folks. Send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com, please.
Want to help us out and look good at the same time? Head over to store.wellithoughtitwasfunny.com, where we've got t-shirts, hoodies, 3/4 sleeve rock shirts. We got coffee cups. We've got to-go cups. We've got stickers. Check it out today, folks. That's store.wellithoughtitwasfunny.com.
Oh, I should say I kind of wrote two jokes, not just the poultrygeist one, which of course somebody else probably came up with before. The one about upgrading the New Year's resolution. I made that up, but I am sure other people have thought of that too. But this morning I kind of wrote this version of it. So there's two jokes that I kind of wrote, and I honestly, I really do want to tell your jokes, my friends. Once again, send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com, or even leave them as a comment on this video. I'll see them. All right, we got through that, and you saw our commercial. Please check it out. I would absolutely love it if you checked it out. But anyways, we got through that. And this is the part where, folks, I don't have a lot of video today, and I do apologize. But this is the part where I want to reiterate the fact that I am so happy that you're here and that you folks have made me so proud. Every day, I look at these numbers, and I look at the funny stuff that you're sharing, and it just makes me feel happy, because my whole plan was to make people laugh. And it's probably been most of my plan. And it's been my plan most of my life, apparently, right? So that's what I've wanted to do, make people laugh. And something I created is making people laugh. Now, I'm not taking credit for the funny. That's on you, folks. I'm just mildly amusing at best and very annoying at worst. So thank you to you for making us, once again, I've said it a whole bunch of times, the funniest city on the internet. Because we are that. And we are only that because of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, enough of the thank yous. We're going to cut it short today because, well, I don't really have a lot to share, and I do apologize. But I just wanted to make sure that you know that I appreciate all of you. I absolutely do. And I appreciate the folks that aren't watching the video, too. I know there's a lot of you not watching, but you don't know that. But, folks, thank you. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being funny. And thank you. You make people laugh every day, and you make that world a little bit better. That's a good thing. Not a lot of people can say they're making the world better. You can. So cheers to you. We're going to see you again in a couple of days. That'll be New Year's Eve, my friends. or New Year's Day for our friends in Melbourne and all over down under. Folks, have a great couple of days. Keep laughing.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.